Om Namo Narayana. We're studying a new chapter in the Kama Sutra today on the different ways of lying down and the various kinds of congress. On the occasion of a high congress, the Nrigi, deer woman, as explained in an earlier video, should lie down in such a way as to widen her yoni, while in low congress, the Hastini, elephant woman, should lie down so as to contract hers. But in an equal congress, they should lie down in the natural position. What is said above concerning the Nrigi and the Hastini applies also to the Vadawa, mare woman. In a low congress, the woman should particularly make use of medicine to cause her desires to be satisfied quickly. The deer woman has the following three ways of laying down: the widely open position, the yawning position, the position of the wife of Indra. When she lowers her head and raises her middle parts, it is called the widely open position. At such time, the man should apply some unguent so as to make the entrance easy. When she raises her thighs and keeps them wide apart and engages in congress, it is called the yawning position. When she places her thighs with her legs doubled on them upon her sides and thus engages in congress, it is called the position of Indrani. And this is learned only by practice. The position is also useful in the case of the highest congress. The clasping position is used in low congress, and the lowest congress together with the pressing position, the twining position, and the mare's position. When the legs of both the male and the female are stretched straight out over each other, it is called the clasping position. It is of two kinds: the side position and the supine position, according to the way in which they lie down. In the side position, the male should invariably lie on his left side and cause the woman to lie on her right side, and this rule is to be observed in lying down with all kinds of women. When after congress has begun, in the clasping position, the woman presses her lover with her thighs, it is called the pressing position. When the woman places one of her thighs across the thigh of her lover, it is called the twining position. When a woman forcibly holds in her yoni the lingam after it is in, it is called the mare's position. This is learnt by practice only, and is chiefly found among the women of the Andhra country. The above are different ways of lying down mentioned by Bhavraya. Suvar Namba, however, gives the following in addition. When the female raises both of her thighs straight up, it is called the rising position. When she raises both of her legs and places them on her lover's shoulders, it is called the yawning position. When the legs are contracted and thus held by her lover before her bosom, it is called the pressed position. When only one of her legs is stretched out, it is called the half-pressed position. When the woman places one of her legs on her lover's shoulder and stretches the other out, and then places the latter on his shoulder and stretches out the other, and continues to do so alternatively, it is called the splitting of a bamboo. When one of her legs is placed on the head and the other is stretched out, it is called the fixing of a nail. This is learnt by practice only. When both the legs of the woman are contracted and placed on her stomach, it is called the crab's position. When the thighs are raised and placed upon one another, it is called the packed position. When the shanks are placed one upon the other, it is called the lotus-like position. When a man during congress turns around and enjoys the woman without leaving her, while she embraces him round the back all the time, it is called the turning position, and is learned only by practice. Thus says Suvarnamba, these different ways of laying down, sitting, and standing should be practiced in water, because it's easy to do there. But Vatsayana, the author of this sutra, is of the opinion that congress in water is improper because it is prohibited by the religious law. When a man and a woman support themselves on each other's bodies, or on a wall or pillar, and thus while standing engaged in congress, it is called the supported congress. When a man supports himself against a wall, and the woman sitting on his hands joined together and held underneath her, throws her arms around his neck, and putting her thighs against his waist, moves herself by her feet, which are touching the wall against which the man is leaning, it is called the suspended congress. When a man stands on her hands and feet like a quadruped, and her lover mounts her like a bull, it is called the congress of a cow. At this time, everything that is ordinarily done on the bosom should be done on the back. In the same way, it can be carried on the congress of a dog, the congress of a goat, the congress of a deer, the forcible mounting of an ass, the congress of a cat, the of a tiger, the pressing of an elephant, the rubbing of a boar, and the mounting of a horse. In all these cases, the characteristics of these different animals should be manifested by acting like them. Yes, you may want to get a book, if you're going through this, that has photos to see these positions, because they are hard to understand simply by reading.